Hello, welcome to Line War. Today we have I versus Hawk. Put them together, I guess you got Hawkeye. This is still the 2020, no, 22 Q2 tournaments. You know what I mean? This is still round one of those tournaments. This is the last third match, I think. There's three more, or three in total left to do. And we have I going for a town, 2 navy yards, and a barracks. And he's trying to capture this one island here with the units he's got. He's spread them out straight lines so they can all equally move at the same distance and capture everything as fast as possible. He's going for a 3rd navy yard now. And he's getting transport boats. Hawk, on the other hand, has gone 2 navy yards. He's got his units crossing over this way. He started more central than I, so I is right here. But I does have a trade route available to him right at the beginning, pretty much. That could be interesting if that gets used. He's gone for an airfield and a factory. Would not surprise me if commandos are ending up being used in this later on. Hawk also has a trade route available to him later on once he expands a bit further, which is probably not a bad idea because he's probably going to be able to secure most of the map quite early on. I'd say I probably has expanded half his map. There we go. So he's getting there. Units are moving across slowly. But it looks like I will be done with his land before Hawk is. So I will be able to expand much earlier than Hawk. Unless Hawk splits his units up, which he is. He's got some units going over to this little island. There's probably one of the bigger land masses. Except for this one here. I'm just noticing energy. There isn't too much energy. Hawk has one here, but there isn't much to fall back on. And there is this one here, which will be contested quite heavily. And one in the water there that's going to be contested as well. Whereas I have one down in the bottom there, which might be alright. And then it's got more easier to defend ones, I believe. It looks like he's already trying to go on this land here, which is Hawk's Island. He just hasn't gotten there yet. It is going to be very good for I to get there before Hawk has managed to make any progress that way. And now that Hawk has a transport boat, he is mostly going for attacking ships. These are missile ships. That's a destroyer. That's a destroyer too, actually. That's going to come out thereafter. And he's now owning 3 islands. He just hasn't got all of the territory on them yet. I is also going for some extra missile ships. And it doesn't look like he's going to destroy us at all. Looks like it's just missile ships. However, he is about to land on Hawk's original island. And he's taken away units from his expanding over here. So these are going to end up in conflict. And it might hinder his progress when it comes to expanding. Because he's already going to be engaged in the only place he's managed to expand. But he might catch Hawk off guard. Or might be able to place something there in the first place. So there's quite a few units going this way. I think Hawk's going to be fine. Unless I can get himself a situation where he can hold off the forces. Get some production on the island. As for Hawk, he's slowly making progress in expanding. I don't know how far I has managed to get anywhere else. He's still on 1 island, except for here. He's moving in the units there to capture the land. And to get a bit of better position to defend this land here, just in case. But it is costing him energy. He does have energy, though. Down here. There we go. And Hawk does have energy. So where's his? Oh, he's got one right there. I didn't spot that one. And he's built helicopters. He's not gone for jets. He is playing a bit defensively. Partly because he's in the centre of the map. He doesn't need that extra range. He's got quite good mobility with those helicopters. And helicopters have a bit further range than you might expect. Because they don't need to land at the airfield. So he's placed another barracks here, which will help him expand across this island over here. But that will probably be I's next move. And Hawk is probably a bit confused at this point, trying to wonder where I is, because he's got quite good visibility across the middle of the map. Most of the key locations. But now he's just spotted I, so we'll see if he spotted him and reacts to it fast. Or whether he feels there's a need to. He's got his helicopters coming in, so he does see the threat. He's moved them here just so they can get... That's probably the range from the airfield. However, once they land there, he can then use the move command again. And it looks like Hawk wants this little island in the middle. But we can see the missile ships coming in. Which is a bit unfortunate for I, because he missed that opportunity to take it out. Let's have a look at what I's seeing. So he can see the engagement. He set up a line command so they all move in a straight line. I'm going to stop calling these line commands, because I think all of the commands in this game are line commands. I think I'm going to call these, I don't know, flat commands. We've got that random boat coming over there, and he's trying to take the territory here, and he's going to try and push Hawk back. I think Hawk is in a decent situation here, because he's got a cruiser, which will be great against those missile ships. He's trying to draw them in this way, I think. He literally keeps on poking their attention. Trying to move them away as fast as he can. Now he's going to group them together. Over here, the helicopters have extended their range. They're going to go in and try and take out those infantry as fast as they can. I is trying to get a foothold here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold that without those missile ships to defend against those. He's only got 4 units here, and that structure is not built yet. So he's not producing. And he's got to hold off against all this right now. Back over here, it looks like I is building a lot of cruisers. That should help him in the long run when it comes to controlling the ocean. But the missile ships are going to be needed to help with the air force that may come into play later on. And those missile ships are finally here. That helicopter will probably go down even if it lands, because they will still shoot him. There we go, he's gone. Couldn't take off in time. It looks like Hawk has this unit back here. And he's going to use it to help scout maybe, or he's going to try and go across the top of the map to get onto this island. Anyway, so we got some more Navy units coming in down there. Hawk seems to be quite content expanding across the map over there and taking his time with capturing these islands. And to be fair, we're only at 8 minutes into the game. I believe that Hawk will be far ahead in economy. So he's got 660. But something to note is he hasn't got any eco structures as far as I can tell. Whereas I does. Have a look at his eco. So 740. The eco is much more beneficial at this point in the game. However, you've got to remember that he has spent money on these, whereas Hawk hasn't spent money for his expansion. So you've got to weigh out the balance on that one. It might actually still be pushing I a bit further back. However, in the long run, it will be in favour of I at this point in time. Are they both on that little island as well? Because I saw Hawk was going for it. No, so I's going to have that island instead. And Hawk is going to be pressuring in the top section. He's changed these to arrow commands because he considers this threat to be more important to deal with than capturing this territory. He can always capture the territory when he's got rid of that barracks. And I think that Hawk will be quite successful in doing that, to be fair. If he decides to commit. I think he's just trying to group his units together. And for some reason, some are still trying to capture the land. Either way, it looks like Hawk is building up his infrastructure. He now has 4 navy yards. And he's getting a sizable fleet to fight against I. I's just had a cruiser be produced straight away there. And he is trying to take out some territory down here for himself. Seeing what he can capture. And there is 2 routes across this map that he is trying to find and exploit. And it looks like these units will come down and probably take out this barracks. I think without reinforcements, I is going to really struggle trying to keep that section. But he's bringing his other units back up here. He's got a good amount of energy stored up here. He's got these power plants in the mountains, which will help him in the long run. But power plants aren't that great. They cost the same as one of these, but produce only half the amount. However, you can build them anywhere. But I think I is well aware that he's going to need a lot of energy to support a navy fleet. And navy fleets are probably going to be one of the strongest points in this game. That or air units. And it looks like Hawk is content on taking out these missile ships. So he's pretty much just rushed in there and he's going to destroy those ships quite easily, I think. The helicopters are going to come over here, going to try and take out this cruiser, and then these infantry will be able to just come straight through. And he's got some more infantry coming in slowly. And I is trying to take over a new island. He's gone down to the south and he's sent multiple streams of boats take over this island, which Hawk was nearly getting around that area. And it looks like I had a navy fleet down here and it was going around there. I wonder if Hawk destroyed it. Does he have units there? Yeah, he does. Maybe he took one of the units out or something. I'm not sure. I missed that. So we are contesting 2 different islands. One of which is Hawk's original island. Those helicopters are tearing through those cruisers, but it looks like this area is barely undefended. But this choke point is a nice place to hold with all these units here. However, going to probably take out this energy well if he doesn't try and intervene over here instead. It looks like he's attempting it, but I don't think it's going to be quick enough. I think that energy well is going to go down. Those helicopters are coming in. No, it's just a bit too late. That is unfortunate for Hawk, because he's got 3 energy wells then until that one blew up. He is building another one straight on that. Usually I don't recommend that, but in this situation I think that's perfectly fine. It looks like we've got some artillery moving in up here, but it seems that Hawk has taken control over this island and is going to push straight on through to I's main location. He's going to take out this eco most likely. I'm not sure if he's got enough units there. He has about the same amount of cruisers, but he's not willing to commit to the loss anyway. However, he's run out of energy, so he may have to. Got a helicopter coming in to support. Another cruiser's just been built, so I think I is going to be able to hold off before losing anything here. Hawk is going to try and retreat at some point when they build up the energy to do so. Across the other side of the map I don't think anything's going on. No, keep focused here then. These units have managed to escape slowly. It looks like I is chasing them on haste as well. Yeah, I is using a haste command. See it there, and he was able to maintain that damage quite well, so that probably did hurt those units quite a lot. However, he's drawn them out and these helicopters are going to come in and try and take those out, or at least do as much damage as they can. And that will probably do quite a lot of damage. Helicopters are great at unloading their payload really fast. So if he doesn't... Yeah, there you go, he's moving his units. I was going to say, those helicopters are just going to keep attacking until they're gone. But he is moving away, he has spotted it, and there's an airfield being built. That has been built here. He's got interceptors there, so he's going to try and take out those helicopters with interceptors. These infantry are coming down here. It looks like I did try to claim this land, but Hawk pushed him away from there as well. And Hawk has claimed this energy well again. So, again, for the first time. So, that will be 4 energy wells for Hawk. And I is still stuck with his 2, I think. Got one here and one up there with his power plants. Hawk is building up his units once more, so he's trying to get further in. Make sure that I is pushed back into this one section of the map so that Hawk can build up, and time is on Hawk's side. Hawk still has the ability to expand to this up here. He has more eco opportunities. He's started working on the eco. However, I think he's forgotten about these 4 units that could be trying to expand. He just needs one transport boat like this one and send it over here to get that eco, but he's deeming this to be more important at the minute, which I agree with. And I has taken over that island with a single infantry by the looks of it. Or at least the rest of them had died to this cruiser. And there they go. Which could be some more eco that Hawk takes away from I. I has claimed this island as well, so he's got some more energy he can utilise. And he's got airfield in the mountains. He's got some barracks around, which would be great for expanding as well, and building up a sizable force to transport over. He's doing something sneaky over here. And I'm pretty sure Hawk has some missile ships here, but they might just end up going around him. So we got the Navy attack that's going to happen here. We've got some units coming in here. No, he's moved the missile ships. They are going to intercept these. And that Navy fleet is going to address them. But Hawk is running out of energy, and I doesn't seem to have much of an issue with it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those missile ships can handle those 3 transports. That's unfortunate. We'll just see if any escape in a bit. So, Hawk is running out of energy really fast, and I don't think these are going to end up being in firing range before they do so. Which is going to be bad for Hawk. He's going to lose his Navy fleet because of the energy, potentially. Or just lack of structure in the line. Yeah, the missile ships did take out those transports. Hawk is retreating, but I'm pretty sure he's unable to with his energy. Have a look. Okay, so he's going to try and do as much damage as he can to that one before retreating. And from I's perspective, he has tons of energy to use, and it's not bothering him at the minute. Got 2 interceptors ready up here to address those helicopters if they decide to fly in and deal some damage. Hawk is going to come back to try and take out these stray missile ships. And I seems to be sending off his navy to try and take out some territory, but this might be a bad time to do that right now, as Hawk is coming back with his forces. But I has repositioned himself, unfortunately the wrong way. Those are going to come into the back of those ships, but they can turn really fast, so that's okay. But it looks like it's going to chase them back out. However, it looks like Hawk might have more units that may have been reinforced, so I think Hawk could have the advantage here and take them on. But Hawk might not know how much is available. He's got quite good accumulative range, and he's got more reinforcements coming in, so this might be Hawk's time to take over the sea. And it looks like Hawk is not allowing any more units to come over to those islands. And he is rushing through them. He's taking them all out. They won't last much longer. And the interceptors may have been necessary, but right now it might have been good if he'd went for strikers. Or helicopters. Either one would work against this. So he's going to try and take out the ships as fast as he can, stop their production, and then maybe he can target this afterwards. I'm not really sure how he plans to do this. I'm assuming that's what he's going to do. And he does have a lot more units coming in. Probably more units coming in faster than these guys can build them. So I don't think the production here is going to outweigh the assault that's going on up here. The reinforcements. I is in a pretty bad situation right now. He could lose control of the ocean and that would take away a lot of the stuff that he's got here. It looks like he blew them up himself to have them blow up at the same time. Right, so they will take out that town. I is trying to focus an army down here. The town's gone now. Still have the infrastructure, but this one's going to end up going down. And Hawk is just taking taking damage, giving damage to I right now for free, practically. He has gone for another town over here to try and build up his eco. And let's have a look at the eco right now. So we've got 900 from I every minute, and Hawk has 1,200. So Hawk has the economic advantage and holds most of the map, which is pretty much how he's doing that. There's another eco lost for I. Hawk is probably able to take away this eco, and he can see this town being built, so he can take that away as well. Should be a lot of wasted money for I. However, it looks like the units are getting confused with the line commands, and they keep looping back around, so he's going to use some to take over the territory, which is good, so that'll also increase his eco. And Hawk is going to assault the bottom part of I's island with one transport boat. He's bringing some more in. It's okay. But that's a lot of units to bring over. If I can hold that back, I will be impressed. He's going to be able to spot it easily. It's not like this area where you can't see what units are there. He's going to easily spot this approach, and he might be able to deal with it quite early. However, he is going to be stuck on these islands for quite a long time now. I don't know if Hawk is going to spot this airfield though, not unless he uses more units to get more vision there. Now the airfield is pretty well stealthed, he can't see it even though the fog wall's been moved. However, when he gets more units in one location, that might start revealing the stealth here. Might need to be a bit closer too, so... Yeah, it looks like I have spotted that and he is responding to it. The airfield has been revealed, so all those interceptors are going to be destroyed as well now. There is nothing that can really stop this at this point. I just has to retreat for the central part of the island instead of the coast. And hope that he can build up enough units to fight back later on, to push back again. He does have this airfield building helicopters, which is great because helicopters can continuously produce when they're moved. They don't have to come back to the airfield and they don't take up the slots, so they can just build as many as you want. Those interceptors have absolutely nowhere to go, but if you could, you try and build an airstrip or something to try and get them out of the way. But that won't happen in time, so that is unfortunate. It might have been that I had put too much resources in to try and build up his energy, ready for these attacks. Those helis are going to try and take out the Navy fleet there from Hawk. He's got submarines trying to sneak around now. He's going to try and escape this little choke point area. I is still trying to get some units out down here. He's taken out... Well, he's taken some of this territory. He's about to try and take out these missile ships. And from I's perspective, it might seem that Hawk is everywhere right now. He's taken up all the choke points there so he can spot all the pathways. Like he's setting up blockades everywhere just to spot the enemy. Those helicopters are going to try and take these out again. So we got a few battles going on still. And it does just look like it's Hawk trying to invade I at the minute. So there's nothing going on up there too much. The helicopters are coming over here to try and take out those ships there. I's Navy fleet that came down this way are slowly trying to take out these units, but it looks like they're fairly equally matched, but maybe in favour of Hawk. So I might lose his Navy fleet again. He hasn't built up enough, which unfortunately in this situation I just think is far too difficult. Just doesn't have the eco. He spotted an energy well, so he's going to try and take that out, chip away at Hawk any way that he can. And it looks like we've got a little invasion coming in over here. But I have spotted this and he's sending helicopters in to try and stop them, but they are distracted with this command over here, so he needs to delete that so they can start prioritizing other moves, which he's just done. And this is happening just as it looks like I is trying to build up his own invasion force. So luckily he does have a force to respond with. And does Hawk have any anti-air to go along there? Not really, it's just artillery. So unless he gets some missile ships there, they're going to get torn up by helicopters. At the very least. But I does only have some infantry in this area, which are really cheap units and are very numerous because of that. But unfortunately they just might be too weak to take on the artillery if those helicopters weren't there. Hawk is going to be reinforcing that area again. He's also made some more units to come over this way to blockade. And he's bringing in his Navy fleet from both north and south locations to support this assault. Even all the way up there, he's still bringing them back down. And was that a invasion? Yeah, he's got another force coming in from over here to try and take out this take this land as well. So he is fighting in the north and the south at the same time. Both players trying to attack or defend in all of the map. It looks like these artillery are slowly lining themselves up in a nice little curve. It might be a bit too small of a curve for my liking, but it is still there. It's just following the coastline really. But they're just going to get torn up unless those helicopters can get taken out by these missile ships. Now it looks like Hawk's still taking some more land over here. So, well, territory, not land. But eventually, with these missile ships there, they're getting taken out by the submarines. I did not remember about the submarines. They're so stealthed I forgot about them. But he's got some more coming in over here. I was wondering, did he take out? He did. He must have. Unless Hawk's rebuilt it. Nope. I did manage to take out that energy well with the submarines that he sent over there earlier. Those submarines have defended really well, because that helicopter's still around, but I don't think they were enough. But it might have just stopped the invasion here. Oh, there's some more there. It looks like he's got more submarines there. There's 3 of them. So we got 3 submarines against 3 cruisers and a missile ship. I'm pretty sure the submarines are not going to win this engagement. But with support from the helicopters, we'll have to see. It looks like I is going to counter invade on Hawk's land over here now. He's going to try and take this advantage, knowing that Hawk probably doesn't have as many units there. Thinking that the invasion is over. However, pretty sure Hawk is going to be able to survive this attack. We'll have a look from I's perspective. So he's got his units going in there on haste, so they're going to go in as fast as they can, sending these units across. And straight away he can see the artillery is there. And there are quite a lot of units waiting for him. And then he's got cruisers coming in over here. This must seem like a really bad day for I. And let's have a look at the invasion going on up here. So over here he managed to get in some artillery there, which is a nice little choke point for artillery to be in. And the helicopters are supporting them, and he's going to have to fight against quite a lot of units, but if he can get some more artillery over there, which I don't think he has any left. No, he's going to have to start producing them. So it looks like he's going to be able to hold that top area in the long run. But I is not going to be able to invade at the south either, so he has pulled back and he's going for a different location. He's going to go down here, try and run around these Navy units and get in through the side, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to get around Hawk right now. Unless Hawk just forgets about that area and lets him go around. From Hawk's perspective, can he see those units for longer? He can. But Hawk is more focused on the submarine that's trying to sneak around, but he's caught it. But that transport ship did manage to escape. And if Hawk hasn't noticed it, that could take territory on the other side of the map and start building up a base there as well. He's getting some free hits on this unit, but it won't last long with these units coming in over there. Hawk's economy at this point in the game is 1,500 per minute. I wonder if anybody has tried to use the trade route. No one. Neither player used their trade route, which trade routes are very big on economy as far as I can understand. If you know more on trade routes, let me know in the comments below, because I'd like to see some more numbers about them. Let's have a look where that unit from I just ran off to. So it came from here, it went down this way, and it has managed to escape here. There's two of them. Still, so he's going to try and take over this land over here, while Hawk's eyes are away. But I has 3 productions of helicopters right now, and that is going to be really helpful at defending against the sea units coming in. Looks like I is playing around with a lot of hidden run and stealth tactics at this point. We've got another transport coming in with just a single unit on him by the looks of it. Those helicopters are going to come in and try and stop these Navy units. No, there's quite a lot of them. This is a swarm of helicopters right now. But Hawk is confident and he's going to try and advance as far as he can, and all these units spawning in. Must be hell to watch from I's perspective. So from Hawk's perspective, he's just set up line commands and he's just going for the push. And he has given up in the north area right now. He is just focused on this location. And he probably is going to take out this Navy yard over here. And he will take back control over the sea. I's units are digging in just in case of an invasion. He thinks that some land units are going to come in here, and quite rightly so, they are. So he's hoping to hold up a stronger defense. It looks like I is a very stubborn player. He really wants to hold out as long as he can. And from I's perspective, I just want to quickly go over and check these units over here, which are taking out some structures and taking some land for himself. And I's economy is probably not doing so great. It's on 900, to be fair. That's actually not too bad considering how late it is in the game. And how Hawk is controlling his every movement pretty much. And Hawk has a lot of units to come in, and now they've got a safe location to land, they can just build in numbers before they go on the attack. And none of this defensive line is artillery, and these artilleries will just tear them up. Don't know if Hawk is doing anything over here. Not really, so it's just down here right now. And I want to see if Hawk's actually responding over here. Yeah, he's got helicopters there, and he's got these production structures that are going to try and fight through this area, but Hawk has a city, so he might end up losing that city. But without any SAM here, these helicopters, when it comes to this ground area, they're going to hold out pretty well. I might need to get this missile ship closer in to get this. To be fair, that one's shooting. Well done. I thought they were out of range for a bit, but they're not. They are able to shoot those helicopters, but when the assault goes a bit further in, it might be a bit harder to take on the helicopters, unless I does expose them too early, which he might actually have to, so... Let's have a look. How many submarines does he have? He's got 2, but they're going in one at a time, which is not the greatest way to attack. However, at this point in the game, I'm pretty sure it's Hawk's game to win. So I is just doing anything he can to survive at this game. Up in the north here, Hawk does... No, I has quite a lot of units, but they can't really cross this water right now to defend this area, and they can't invade Hawk's location. Have a quick look to see what they were able to do. So the helicopters are going to take those out pretty easily. And that was about all Hawk needed to do for that. And these docks are going to go down to this mini fleet of units. And the town is going to be next. So I has probably lost this game at this point. We are very close to the end. So I hope you enjoyed this match. Thank you for watching. There are 2 videos on screen right now, and if you fancy that, I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Bye now.